Hello, I'm going to be showing you how to take out a chain fence from this to this. Now the first thing you have to do is duplicate your layer. This is so just in case if you make a mistake, you still have the original layer. To duplicate your layer, just press Ctrl J. The next thing you have to do is make a new layer. Not duplicating your layer, but making a new one. Just go to your layers panel, go all the way to the bottom right until you find the square with the plus in the middle of it. Click on it and you made a new layer. Now get your brush tool out. Doesn't matter what color you use, it can be black, red, white. I'll be using red just so you can see the color and everything. Now, after you get your brush out, make sure it's a bit bigger than the chain itself. I see, you look at mine, it's slightly bigger than the metal. Then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna start painting over it. Now you can just hold left click and start dragging. Or if it's like a straight line fence, like similar to this one, now what you can do is click, hold shift, and then click some other place. It'll make a straight line automatically, as you see right here. And then you're not to be doing this all the way to all the metal, all the chain metal. So you can just go however you like. You can just continue, just do like squares. You can drag it. You can do the shift click as I said. Now that you painted over all the metal with the brush tool, the next thing you have to do is go to your layers panel, well, the layer that you've used the brush tool on, hold control, and then click on it. This makes a selection, as you see right here on the brush. Next, if you go to select, go down to find modify, and then click expand. This will expand the pixels like of the selection by a tiny bit. I'm gonna put about 4. So now if I go and look into the section, there's a gap now. Previously, it was right on the brush, but now there's a gap. Now that you've done that, go all the way to the top left until you find edit. Go down until you find content aware fill. Click on it, and then you get this screen. Now, as you see, there's these little settings, but now you don't need to worry about what these do other than the color adaptation and the output too. The color adaptation will just help you with the image and how much it's gonna change. So mine's currently default. Let's say I do very high. Look at the little image, it changes a bit. Helps you like adapt, kind of like lets the AI kind of assume what it will be. The next will be output too. Now make sure it's on new layer, not current layer or duplicate layer. You can press apply to see the changes on the image before you press OK instead of this little screen, and you can just see the big screen itself. But whenever you're done, press OK, and then press Control or Command D. And then as you see, the fence is gone. Now there's gonna be like depending on the image, there's gonna be a lot of things you're gonna have to fix. Like see the beak right here. This will need to be fixed. Maybe a bit on the head, the eye. Because if you go back to your layers panel, you see you made a new layer that you used the content aware fill. If you just take out the visibility, it's how it originally was. Oops. You can just turn the brush tool layer invisible too. Forgot about that. But as you see, this is how it originally was. And then with the new layer that you made with the content aware fill, you've done this. But now, as I said, you're going to have to make some changes. To make some changes, you can use the clone stamp tool, the what's it? You can use the clone stamp tool, the healing brush tool, the spot healing brush tool. You can use them to start making like different adjustments. Like let's say a bit of this on the top of the head. I mean, like it doesn't need much, but as you see, it'll change it a bit. Or maybe the eyes. You see right here, because you see these edges. This is where like previously these like sharp edges. This is where the chain was previously at, as you see, and like the selection that you've made. Using the spot healing brush, the healing brush, and the clone tool, the clone stamp, this will help you start blending in. And make sure that you have your like hardness like about in the middle. You don't want it too hard or you don't want it too soft. Keep about maybe like in the middle, lower middle, and then you can just start changing it a bit. Just a bit like on the edges as you see. Right here. See like the little edges, just anything that doesn't really make sense. Like the eye right here, you probably need to do the eye itself, kind of do something about it. I'm not gonna worry too much. I'm just showing some examples. Or like the beak right here. This will probably take a bit, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But as you see, you can probably do a bit right here. A bit, like a bit of the feathers. Maybe down below a bit. Like just look around and see if there's anything that needs to be changed. I'm not gonna like show everything. You can just do however you like now. I kind of changed it a bit, like just to show how it previously was. It was like this, and I made a bit of like changes to like this. Like I fixed the eye a bit, as you see. Like the other eye right here goes gone. Fixed the head a bit, kind of make it a bit more blended in. Wasn't too worried about it. The beak, it's kind of a pain to do. And then you can add different things. Let's say maybe like the background, depending on what it is. Maybe you don't have to worry too much about it because you can either cover it with something else, or maybe you can blur it to the point where you won't notice like the changes that you've made with it. That's how you remove a fence in Photoshop using the Content Aware tool. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.